You. What's happening, people? Happy Sunday. Before the rat race begins again tomorrow. 5 days of brutality. It's supposed to be hot as balls again. You know? Which really sucks ass because last week was pretty nice. The week greatness. What's happening? What's up, man? Yeah, it's going to be hot as balls tomorrow. 89. High 80s, low 90s. Till like the next 10 days. And the temperatures get reasonable again. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So what's happening, people? Oh my God, I tried to, I've been trying to lately understand TikTok, and they have these, they have a ton of live streams with, anybody can join the live stream, like and talk. And it's just nothing but disrespect, especially if you go in there as a Trump supporter. You got these progressives that they just talk down to you. They're smug. That everything you say is not true, or they have some fucking other explanation for it. It's just astounding. How could you possibly be against deporting people that came here illegally? How could you possibly think that our founding fathers thought that it was okay for two people to sneak in here, have a baby, and that baby is now an American citizen? It's just pure fucking insanity. There was this one woman, right? She was running the group. She claimed to be a paralegal. She was really a para progressive. But she claimed, when I said you got to come through a legal port of entry, no, they just have to be on U.S. soil. No, they have to present themselves to an immigration officer at either an airport or a fucking legal point of entry. Okay? You can't swim across the river and say, here I am. No. But this is what they do. They progressives are just the worst fucking thing that has ever. My boss is like that. He'll dispute every fucking thing I say with some stupid fucking answer, and he won't. If I send him a video, he won't watch the video. Anything that runs counter to what he believes, that's it. He's all in on whatever the TV has him believing, and you can't talk to these people. It's just about them being smug and then making you so frustrated that you just got to walk away from it. And then they claim it as a win. It's just too much. What's up, Richie? Bass Pro, dickhead. Jesus Christ. Fucking Gay J. Chicago would give millions of dollars to illegals, free EBT, credit cards, and free housing while homeless U.S. citizens suffer. And if you said that to a progressive, you know what they would tell you? Illegals don't get EBT. What? I think they only get it if they have children. I think they just get it for the kids. I'm unsure of that, but it's just astounding. Like look at the levels that these cities have went to house these people that are here illegally, but yet they let homeless people sleep on the fucking street, right? What the fuck is that? Why wouldn't you put an American citizen first? I don't care how far down the scale that this man or woman has fell. If they're an American citizen, they should get priority over some illegal alien. First of all, the illegal alien, nothing should be, they just deport them. Send them back. Send them all back. AJ said he's tired. He's not going to cause trouble. You know, I guess that cutting down that pot leaves is really hard, huh, AJ? Cutting down them pot buds. I'll tell you what's hard, smuggling like a pound up your ass like I know you do out of work every day, right? Yeah. For those of you that don't know, AJ works at a pot farming, sunny California, right? And I guarantee he's sneaking a half a pound up his ass every day. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there were illegals getting $1,000 for each. Yeah, you know, I mean, and I heard in New York, they were giving them cash too on the EBT card. So, but then New York turned around after months of this and started kicking them out, told them they only had another 30 days or going forward, they can only stay for 30 or 60, depending if they have kids. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing's a shit show. Like they come over, they get somewhere to stay, and then they're told they gotta leave. And some of them are living in tents and shit. Like, that's fucking crazy. Well, no matter how bad their country was, they had somewhere to live. Most likely. Now they come over here and got nowhere to live. And they think this is better. It's just, and the cry of the liberals, well, they're just looking for a better life. Then do it legally. Oh, it's just a civil offense. Sneak into our country, you get deported. That's your due process. Okay? That's it. The fuck out of here. Sick of this fucking nonsense. And I guarantee you, if the TV told them to deport them, they'd be dead set against them. You know, that's how fucking crazy these progressive fucks are. We need a ballroom. What? Ballroom? For what? The illegals? Fucking idiot. I think with certain illegals, yeah, you know, the whole thing is ridiculous. To think, see, what none of these fucking progressive fucks do is they never read the rest of the amendment that says, subject to the jurisdiction thereof, right? Right? There is no way that our founding fathers thought that it was okay for a couple to sneak here illegally, have a baby, and then that baby is a citizen. No reasonable person could argue that. It's insanity. Yeah, even Obama said during his administration, if you come to this country illegal, you'll be deported. He kicked a lot of people out. Yeah, but I think he let a lot of people back in. I think he deported like 3 million, and he might have imported 6 million, you know. Well, see, the Democratic Party doesn't operate on logic at all. So what they start doing is promoting these fringe groups, you know, gay, transgender. And I'm not saying there's not reasonable people in the gay or transgender community, although they would be a minority, I think. But they're promoting racial shit, anything to get them some new voters, you know. And illegal immigration, they take care of them when they come here. They figure they'll remember that and start to vote and make this the same shit show that they escaped from, right? Trump's building a ballroom. Yes, I believe that what he's paying for. AJ, so what? I mean, AJ thinks he's being smug. He thinks that's funny somehow. So what? I mean, What's wrong with him building a ballroom? I don't get it. Like, it's just. How is that his priority? Did Trump say that? No. No. He's putting an addition onto the fucking White House, I guess. So what? The taxpayers ain't paying for it. So what? How is that his high priority? Did he say, well, the whole world's going to stop until I get this ballroom? AJ, you're a fucking idiot. I'm about to ban you. Fucking Christ, this progressive nonsense has really been incensing me lately. So look at this shit. I got 311 people. Jesus Christ. So I've gotten 140 people more in over 2 years, like 2.5 years or something. Like, what the fuck? What's up, Nelson? Yeah, so the taxpayers are not paying for it, AJ. I'm going to ban you. One more lie, and I'm going to ban you. All right? It's as simple as that. One more lie, and you're out. I'm sick of this shit, man. But try me, AJ. One more lie, and you're out. Not enough of this shit. Fucking Christ, man. Oh, fucking God. It's just too much. All right, let's do a little more of a professional douche. I love this fucking guy. What's up, Andrew? Andrew lives next to me. Andrew's the project manager. All right, I like this guy, the professional douche. He's a liberal, but he likes to bust balls.
Yeah, I understand it.
Wait the fuck. Okay. Why the fuck? Oh, here it is. All right. What is going on? Why isn't there any fucking audio? Oh, God. It's turned off. Oh, my fucking God. Oh, there it is.
Stanford's threatening to steal people's property through eminent domain.
Hold on.
What's around his neck, Miss Robin?
Yeah,
Is that
I
a
understand it.
Stanford's threatening to steal people's property through eminent domain.
I'm Umberto from the Advocate. I got
Nice
your
to
email
meet you.
earlier today.
Oh, you wrote that article.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you hear about the eminent domain thing? What brings you here today?
I actually read your article
What
That's
do you think?
how
What do you think about the event, or what brings you here today?
to protest the stealing of a family's property.
Good favor, man. You can't be in here with this sign.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
because the language is inappropriate. You can't be here with this sign.
This is public property.
This is public property?
Yes.
Okay.
It's open to the public.
I'm the chief of security here,
Okay.
right? I can deem this inappropriate for this building.
By what policy?
By
Or what
the
law?
mayor's policy.
Can I see the policy?
I'll be glad to get the director of operations involved, but this sign, you've got to put this down right now, bro.
I'm not putting
You've
it
got to
down.
leave. You've got to leave then.
I'm not putting
Let's
it
have a
down.
talk. Come on. Let's have a talk.
Let's talk right here.
Let's have a talk. Come on.
Let's talk right here.
Okay. Let's go
Are
to the
you-
office.
are
Let's go to the
you-
office right here.
I'm
go
staying
in the
right
office
here.
right here.
I'm staying right here.
All right. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to get the police department involved, and they can explain and go further with you.
I'm just here because I think eminent domain is wrong. It's inherently wrong to steal people's property. The city of Stamford is saying, if you don't give us your property, we're going to take it from you. What's up?
I do. There is a police on the way.
Okay.
So, any chance you want to step outside?
I don't think I have
You want
to.
to speak with them?
I don't think I have to.
Why do you got this sign up anyway?
Because Stamford is threatening to steal someone's property
Steal whose property?
through eminent domain.
What you gotta understand is, we can't have this in the lobby, man. It's inappropriate, bro. It's inappropriate.
What?
It's inappropriate, man.
You can't criticize
I can't-
Stamford. If there was a sign in here saying I love Stamford, you guys would completely allow that because it's favorable to Stamford. But since I'm criticizing the city of Stamford, that's why this isn't allowed in
Well,
here.
maybe if you worded it differently.
No, we'd be having the same conversation.
No, that's
Yeah.
inappropriate. See, we have children here. Huh?
What's the problem with the sign?
What's the problem with the
Yeah.
sign? The language?
Did you hear that?
Problem with the language?
Yeah,
You don't believe in freedom of speech?
I do, but not
do,
this.
but what?
It's inappropriate here in the government center, in the lobby, especially when we have children here in the lobby, man.
Judge of appropriateness, you?
Right now, me. Yeah, right now, me. Right now, me.
Fuck me.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
They can turn around if they find it offensive.
No, not here.
Good, how are you?
It's
Are you
good.
guys together or no?
I don't answer questions.
Are you all set?
I'm
Do you
all
have any
set.
idea or anything?
Did I do anything wrong?
Well, you're not here with this property sign in front of all these people. So you're here to, what was it again? To protest
To protest the use of eminent domain by Stamford.
eminent domain. What what areas are you talking about? Like the South End or anything?
Pulsaki.
Yeah, let's talk outside. This Sergeant,
I don't think I have to go outside.
come on. We're gonna talk to you outside.
Do I have to? Are
Yeah,
you
just keep
are,
your hands out of your
are you ordering me?
Absolutely. Yes, you are. Because this
All
is
right.
private property.
This isn't private property, but
You too. You want to come along?
Yes.
Oh,
All right, come on.
It is government center. You're right.
This is public property.
We want to find out what's going on. So what's going on? What happened? I want to hear your side of the story. That's it.
I just told you. I'm
I
here.
wasn't here.
That's all I'm here to do is protest eminent domain.
Do me a favor. We're going to seize these 2 cameras as evidence, right? See what happened?
There you go.
Do me a favor. When he's done, we'll seize the 2 cameras as evidence.
No, that's illegal. They can't seize the cameras. That's bullshit.
All right. So
Am I
happened?
being arrested?
No, I just want to find
Am
out
I
what's
under
going on.
arrest? Then I'm.
I'm just what's going on?
Then I'm not. I'm not
You have ID on
answering
you?
questions.
Excuse me?
Do you have reasonable suspicion of a crime?
Maybe.
Maybe. That's not good enough. I
Well,
refuse
you can't.
to
If they
give
ask you
my
to get off
ID.
the property, you can't come back.
And I just.
We asked you to come out. That's the only reason you came out, though.
Okay. I refuse to answer questions.
Yeah, sure. Is there anyone that you made an appointment to see to tell them about what your cause is about?
No.
So you just show up and you expect to be heard like this? Are you a Stanford resident?
I refuse to answer questions.
Are you a free citizen? No worries.
Am I being detained?
I'm sorry?
Am I being detained?
Well, you can't go inside the building right now.
Okay, but I'm not being detained.
Even though it's a public government center, you can't go inside because you're being asked to be removed from the property. Okay?
Okay, but I'm not being detained.
No, you're not being detained.
All right.
We're doing an investigation. Okay?
But I'm not being detained.
No, you're not. All right, we're doing an investigation. Okay?
But I'm not being detained.
No, you're not being detained. We're doing an investigation. Okay?
Hey, Frank.
Let me just ask him if he wants to speak to him at all.
Yo, I love these guys. Nothing better to do at their time. How you doing, mate? Do you work here?
I'm at the Advocate. Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I wasn't sure. I saw the badge, so I wasn't
Oh,
sure.
no. They're like a known presence.
No, I know. I
Okay.
know him.
What'd you guys say?
What's that?
Do it outside the.
I don't know. I don't know what our boss has said to him, but you know, we just wanted to make sure no one was getting hurt or anything. That's all. You know. What's that?
They make their appearances.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, they got to keep themselves known. You know. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk. You're good.
Now, I don't know. Why would somebody hit him? AJ, you fucking moron. So I don't know if it's legal for him to be in that building, even with the sign, or with the profanity. I'm not sure. He can be outside. But I'm not sure if that's legal or not. Yeah, AJ, you're an idiot. You know nothing. And as the stream goes on, he'll be even dumber. That's what kills me.
Disappeared in the lobby.
Thank you so much for taking care of that. That was upsetting to the kids.
Yeah.
Okay. How many kids do you have here, huh?
They're all taking them to lunch. So we
Yeah,
have
so,
about 7 kids.
How old?
Teenagers.
Teenagers?
with the sign.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna leave.
No, don't let him leave yet. Don't let that guy leave either. We're gonna seize their cameras.
Okay.
So what happened?
He just showed up in the lobby.
Seizing their cameras would be illegal. I believe that would be illegal.
Do you know who this kid is?
No idea.
Okay, we gotta find out who he is. But what was he's protesting? I guess some eminent domain stuff.
It's a specific property, I think. I don't know if.
This is public property,
Yeah,
correct?
I believe. Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm not too familiar. Does he need a permit to be out there?
Normally they would. Yeah.
Out there, not in here.
Out there as well.
Okay. He doesn't have a permit.
No, he doesn't need a permit unless he's a large group stopping traffic. He doesn't need a permit.
Usually they would, do some paperwork with cashiering and permitting if they want to have some.
No, but it offended the young kids that were here.
Yeah.
Let me ID this guy. I'll be right back.
Oh.
The lady's complaining that there was teenagers here. They're offended by this. It's profanity on there. Basically, I think you do need a permit for a protest, right? I'm not sure on that, but this is public.
I think one person satisfies the requirement for a protest. There's got to be a certain number of people.
Okay, but
Refuses to leave or put the sign down. I think it's breaching Black Brooklyn.
no, just take 39.
That's what
That's what I would do.
You're not free to leave. You asked me before because we're doing the investigation. Okay?
All right.
Is that fair enough? I feel bad that I don't know your name, so I don't have anything to call
Okay, that's fine.
I want to get names.
I would start with Black Brooklyn. Okay, so accepted. Then I
No.
That's just.
What's that?
I said we're on, obviously.
No, I'm on.
Okay.
Just the lady in there goes. Some teenagers were offended by I guess by the sign. It's basically it's a breach because it offends other people.
Yeah.
I mean, he has his First Amendment right to do it, but I don't know, permit wise as far as that, I'm not sure. I'm gray on that right now, right, Pat? But if if the security asks him to leave and he refuses, that's different. You know, he refused at first. I want to ID this guy. We have to ID him.
I know the other guy is Michael Fred. I don't know who this guy is. Michael Fred.
I don't
He
know.
had the case up north with Sergeant Gasparino. He,
Okay.
you know, he's got all that going on.
Well,
so.
if he's over there and he's as far as we can seize his phone and his
No,
his thing.
No, they
That's
can't.
evidence. Huh? His GoPro, whatever it is. Yeah.
Like, you know,
Hey. So
No, they can't legally seize his property.
I'm gonna do it. You know what? It's actually documenting
yeah,
whatever.
he's on. We're on.
So
you
yeah,
know,
we need ID on him.
Okay.
Get,
So.
hey Lou, get his ID, please. ID.
He doesn't want to show it.
All right, so he's going 39 then. Excuse me. And you guys go inside, get the names of the people who were offended. There were young kids there and stuff. So this guy, we need his name too, and we need his phone.
So you said you don't want to show your ID? I told you to keep your hands out of your pocket, right?
You're arresting me?
Yes, sir. That's like the fourth time I asked you to keep your hands out of your pocket.
It was 30 degrees out.
Are you concealing anything in your pocket, sir?
But he didn't remain silent. See, you have to say, I wish to remain silent, and I want an attorney if there's going to be any further questioning, right? Or, you know, I want an attorney present if there's any more questions. And then the police can't ask you any more questions. Or at least they're not supposed to.
Two bigger 19.
I was arrested at a protest in front of a lawyer's office, but I beat it. It was actually pretty funny. I had another lawyer that I protested in front of stick up for me, and they were going to give me a $25,000 bail. And the lawyer came through on a cell phone and stuck up for me, and I got the bail banged down to $2,500, and I had friends waiting to pay the bail. But yeah, it was ridiculous. The lawyer claimed I threatened to firebomb him. There was no evidence of that. There was no. And the lawyer that stuck up for me, William J. Brennan, was actually one of Trump's second impeachment lawyers here in Philadelphia. So.
Just be advised, it's no warrants for Michael Picard. He does have a permit and weapon registered to him.
Now, do you have any of your weapons on you at all? Your weapons holder?
Does it look like it?
Well, I'm gonna check right now. But people have concealed weapons under their nuts, so that's why I'm asking you. All right.
Now they're saying this because he had another video where he was in an open carry state, and the cops stopped him and locked him up, and he actually sued and got money. I think he got 100,000 or something. So.
Watch yourself. Can you go through them again, please? Yeah. Just stand right here, sir. She's gonna check you out again.
Can I at least have a drink?
Just give me 1 minute. Let her finish what she's doing, okay? All right, turn around. Have you been arrested before? The reason I'm asking is I want you to know how this process works.
If I'm being arrested, then I refuse to answer any more questions.
Okay. Have a seat.
Can I have a glass of water, please?
No, sir. You're not being cooperative. I was just gonna tell you how cooperation goes a long way.
Now, see, he's asking that for a reason, because he can say he was thirsty and the police should have gave him water, right? But so this dumbass cop says to him, well, you're not being cooperative, so I'm not going to give you water. Well, you don't have to cooperate with the police. You don't. You're not required to. You're not required to help their investigation.
I don't know what's in this since it's open already. It could be like poison or something, and when I give it,
Four
to
Baker.
it dies. And then I get jammed up for it.
To be clear here, you should be a
I'll put it in his
99
property,
here.
but I don't know what his intentions are.
Appreciate it.
Going 39, one male to Charlie's phone.
11:37.
What's your name, sir? What's your
I
name?
don't consent to this.
What's your name? I don't consent to this either. I don't consent to it either, right? I just, okay, and that's fine. You can do whatever you want, but that becomes evidence because you're here and you're recording
I
it.
don't consent to you taking my phone.
Well, you don't have to because I can do that. Okay, it's part of evidence.
That's fine.
Okay, sir,
I
but I just want to find
appreciate
out
that. Thank
what's
you.
going on. You guys are just doing this here.
Hey, that's fine.
What's your name? What's his name?
Right there, sir.
We got Michael Friend. Okay, and you're with this guy,
I'm
right?
not with him. I'm
So who is he?
I'm video recording.
But who is he? Do you know him? I mean, listen, I agree. He should be heard whatever he wants. I don't.
See, he shouldn't be answering any questions. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that.
I know. I don't care. It's his right to protest. I totally agree.
So why are you
But then he's in there. There's kids in there. They're being offended by that sign. There's about 17 teenagers
It doesn't matter.
in there. I said, what the heck is going on here? They have rights too, huh? Yes, I am.
You don't have a right to not be offended.
But listen, I'm not here to bust any chops, all right?
Give you a hard time.
Me neither.
But I'm telling you, do not roast Michael because you're making a big
So,
mistake.
who's Michael? I don't know who he is.
You just take me to the No, I'm not.
Okay, so what I'm trying to understand is he has a right. I totally agree with you. He has a right to protest. But the people in there, they asked him to leave.
You're gonna have a
There's
big,
other kids.
You're gonna have another big problem. That's all.
You know what? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine. That's your choice.
It's not my choice. The people in there called the
Actually,
police.
It's your choice.
Well, it is.
You're making the decision to arrest him for his speech. That's your choice.
Well, his speech is offending other people. We're not only his protector. We got to protect the people in there too. Did you forget that? Did you forget that?
Did anybody get the kids' info in there?
So he's protecting them from words.
No, we got to get kids' info in there.
Hi, ma'am. How you doing? You Robin?
I am.
James, very nice to meet you. I heard you're
You're freezing.
the head of this this shindig over here.
I am. We're
Yeah, so
good.
yeah, I just wanted to grab a couple of your guys, names and info and stuff, just because I guess some of you guys were offended by the sign. I'm understanding.
I can't give you the names of the kids.
No?
because they have special needs.
Okay.
And so they're also high school.
Okay.
But I
So special needs kids were offended by the word fuck.
can give you, I wasn't offended by the sign. I was just shocked as to why he would come in with it.
All right.
And in today's world, you can never be.
No, of course,
Especially
it's definitely.
I have kids here with special needs.
Yeah.
So if he was to engage with them,
Actually, AJ, you fucking idiot, Bobbity has been on my stream, and so has Special. Just because you've shown up more than anybody acting like an idiot doesn't give you any kind of, doesn't put you in some kind of hierarchy, you progressive fucking moron.
they might not understand what he's
No,
saying.
completely. I understand. Well,
Yeah.
tell you this. Let me tell my boss just what you told me real quick. I don't know what he's going.
I'll
just
give
so I
you
can
a
fill-
statement.
Yeah,
Whatever.
no. Just so that I can fill him in. I don't know what he's gonna want to do.
So AJ is special needs. See, you're special needs because you're a fucking moron, and that's special needs to me. If you're a moron, moron designates a certain IQ level, right? There's imbecile. I think a moron is above an imbecile. So if that's true, then you're an imbecile.
Calling to see. I
No,
had
I know.
to.
I'm just telling you what
Yeah.
he asked me to do. So just letting you know. Okay. I'll be right back.
But I'll definitely say whatever.
Appreciate it. So I spoke to the lady that's in charge of this, the lady Robbie.
Yep.
And I guess she said, she provided her the info.
Well, you got minors.
I guess the kids that are in there are minors and special needs. She's like.
Oh, well, that's even better. Come on.
Okay.
I'm Sergeant Burkhill.
Robin Portnoy.
Yeah, I guess you guys called the police, or somebody from your security called police because there was a kid out there. That
Security
gentleman.
called
Okay, he was showing the sign. He was in
Right.
here,
Right.
and you said you have how many children here that are? One.
We have 9 kids with special needs with
special
autism.
needs? Okay.
Yeah.
And,
So this is our organization.
See what happened here is the cops and the security people there made a bigger issue out of it than it really was. You know, because she's saying that she wasn't offended. So basically what you have here is he didn't bend to the security or cops' will, so they locked him up.
Stanford Education for Autism provides an opportunity to kids attending Stanford Public Schools who are in the high school or individuals achieving independence, which is the 18 to 21-year-old program that's upstairs. So we have a couple of those students from upstairs, and then West Hill is with me. And what we do is just practice their language and social skills. So they, you know,
and they're all out here in the lobby right now? Most of them?
I sent them upstairs.
Okay, because of what? Because of this incident?
No, there was.
Because there's another lady said there were young people out here
Well,
complaining
there was.
also.
So
Or you guys?
when we got off, we were upstairs getting flowers. We got off the elevator.
This cop is trying his hardest, right, to get her to say or act like this guy made them do something different that they wouldn't have done because of his sign and that they were offended. And kudos to her for not being an asshole about it.
Elevator, and I see some of my kids were like, Miss Robin, Miss Robin. So they see the profanity word, and they.
What was the word on it? Yeah.
Like Stanford,
Yep.
okay. And so our kids don't talk like that.
Yeah, especially I know you've been on the channel, and Bobby's been on once or twice too. So you know, AJ's he thinks because I've let him come on and make an ass of himself multiple times, and he hasn't been on in quite some time because he's just too frustrating to deal with. I mean, he says something profoundly stupid at the beginning of the stream, and then he beats his own stupidity all throughout the stream to the end of the stream. Like, this is every fucking stream.
Okay, and so when they see something like that, it's like the worst thing in the world, you know? And then, what's around his neck, Miss Robin?
Well, now she's starting it. Because this cop is fucking basically leading her to this. You know what I mean?
I understand. And it's very
They got concerned, and I said to Angel, if we don't call the police, I will.
Okay. Well,
we don't know what could have been next.
Now she's all in, a progressive moron.
I mean, I'm sure he was harmless.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know who he is. Well, hold on one second. This is the thing.
He doesn't
you guys
Oh my God, he has a sign that says, fuck, what could come next? How about nothing?
offended. Okay, you guys are offended. You know, I know he has the right to protest. I don't know what guidelines outside. I don't know if, but this is a public building. I understand that. I got to find out what the law is for that. But he's offending other people here. Not only does he have rights, everybody else here has rights.
There's no right to not be offended. Correct.
Our job is to protect everyone here.
Absolutely.
We told him to leave after security leave. He refused, back here. So we took him outside, and he refused to give his identification. The other guy, I don't know who he is.
I don't know who he was.
He was filming too, and I think it's his friend. And actually, and he's also good. He was also videotaping. I don't have a problem. If they want to protest, I mean, they got to watch out with the language too, because you have other people here. But he's going to jail right now because he's refusing to cooperate. So not only that, we're going to seize their.
So he's going to jail for refusing to cooperate. That's not a charge. It's not. It's not. He doesn't have to produce ID unless he's suspected of committing a crime. Right? Asking for ID, refusing ID would be a secondary offense. There has to be a primary offense. And all this second guy was doing was videotaping. And the cops contradicted himself. He says, well, he has the right to videotape. But what? But he's not cooperating? Fucking cop's an asshole.
Telephones as evidence. The videos on there, we all, he's part of this thing. So,
And then he's going to take his phone? That's theft.
Oh, well. let them get it back in court.
Yeah.
You have to tell me how many kids were here at the time, okay? And who was offended. I mean, I know they're special
they were
needs.
offended by the word.
I understand that, and
You know, they
because the
didn't
guy.
So the cops don't. You have to. No, she don't. You have to tell me how many kids are here.
What the guy was doing.
I understand
They,
that. No, I
they don't
understand
have that level of comprehension.
But what we need is maybe a name and an age, not their whole information.
Can you imagine bringing like a bunch of autistic kids to a court of law and his lawyer questioning them? Were you offended? Well, what's offended? No, we thought it was funny. Yeah.
Because they were present here, and we'll redact that. You know what I mean? If when it goes to court, because it's not going to be public. Because we'll
This is only another 5 minutes, so bear with me. I want to see what happens.
redact that, okay? Because they are, you know, it's the reason why we arrest them. You understand?
Because the kids don't drop the information.
So if you could just give this officer the names of the people over here, your name, and at least an age, and anything, a contact number for you if we need further
then
information.
my son was here. We will say that it was
Okay.
him. I'm not comfortable giving other kids.
We don't need, address and date of birth. but
No,
just,
right
you know,
now it's
age
just for the report that
and
these
an
kids
age,
were
you know.
here, and some of them have special needs, and this guy's that's basically it's cut and dry.
Okay, so I'll even give it to you. Just your name and.
Yeah.
She'll take. You guys will take care of it. I'm sure.
Let me put it on a different page. Okay.
So what happened?
You know what? They're we know the two of them. They do this kind of stuff all the time. The problem is, you know, when they come in holding signs like that, they're disturbing other people, causing a scene. You know, they have protections, but you guys also have the same protections.
Yeah, you
So
don't know what he's doing.
exactly. So when they come in and they're asked to leave and they refuse to do that, that's when it starts to become a problem.
And they're spreading that obscenity. That's the first thing I saw. I didn't see what else was on the sign. And
Exactly.
I guess they didn't notice it right away because I said, "Where's security? Like, what's going on?"
Yeah.
You know,
And you know, in this day and
there were
age,
two of them.
in this day and age,
this
you
day and
never,
age.
you don't know.
So we're giving our names to say that we witnessed this.
Yeah, just to say that you guys were here when it happened, you know. And again, we told Robin here that none of this information is public. It all gets redacted. It's not.
Don't get emails.
Exactly. Nothing of that kind. Nothing of that kind of sort.
Nothing gets public. Meanwhile, his body cam is being shown on YouTube.
No one will even know that you guys were here. Okay.
I'm gonna explain to you why. I spoke to the state attorney. Yeah, listen, everybody's getting
You said that you're
No, well, yeah. Well, I wanted to confer just to make everything right. And you know what? We have everything here. It's your friend. I don't even know what his name is. I guess, right? You guys do have a right, and I agree. You guys do have a right to protest. So when it comes
Now here, the cop's going to go ahead and contradict himself again.
other people have rights too. You know, Mike. And just be careful what you guys do out here. You have kids that are in there. Not you. I'm just saying the other guy. I'll explain to him too. Not you. I'm sorry. I'll explain to the other gentleman. I don't even know his name. I'm gonna go talk to him. But here's your thing. Just be aware.
No, I believe they're going to let him go, but they've handcuffed him. They put him in a cell. The other guy.
Want to get points across to people? Just be aware of other people that have rights too. You know what I mean? And we all live in this world
You don't have the right to not be offended. You tell him. I said this on Dr. K.
together, and we have to get along. You know what I'm saying? All right, Mike. And I, just not you today, not you, but this, I'm gonna talk to you. What's the gentleman's name over there? Well, I'll talk to him and
His friend? I didn't get it.
yeah. So
Michael.
Okay, so I'll talk to him and we'll see what we can do.
But there's just other ways to go about things.
Yeah,
more
I mean,
of a
if he's upset
professional
about-
way.
I don't even know what he's upset about.
Yeah.
You got, I mean,
I'm-
you might say you
yeah.
guys should have other things to do.
No, I'm not saying that. I mean, you guys do what you want to do. This is a free country, and I love this country. You know
It's
what I'm
not a
saying?
free country.
It's not.
No.
Why not?
You just put a guy in a cage for a word.
But it's not. It's because people are complaining. There's other people. that-
He's absolutely right. You just put a guy in a cage for a word.
who have rights too.
Half had his phone seized simply for filming.
I got him right here, buddy.
BOP and interfering.
So I think it was violation of process. I think that's VOP. It's only a couple more minutes. 2 more minutes. AJ, you don't, hold on.
$1 million, right?
I'm not sure yet.
Can you believe this, people? AJ said, I thought this was a woman. That was a woman. This is a man that thinks men can become women, but he won't fuck these women, right? Right? Oh my God, the stupidity just continues. It just continues.
Right.
Breach of peace and interfering with an officer. His bail was lowered from $250 to a promise to appear. The charges were dismissed by the court on December 11th, 2020. He also ordered that Michael's sign be destroyed. Well, why would he do it? That's his property. How can the judge do that? So I don't know if he sued over that, but Gay J took the hypocritical oath. What's up, Jill? What's happening? He thought that was a woman. Jesus Christ. What a dumb fucking thing to say. So what the cops are called? AJ, anyone can call the police and say anything. Okay, that's not evidence of a crime. It's not. And basically, that fucking cop called the state's attorney. He said that. I guarantee you the state's attorney told him this will be thrown out. But the cop just did it to bust his balls. So the punishment was in the process. Having his GoPro taken, being arrested, thrown into a cell, having to make bail. See, when the police do this kind of shit, like when they arrest you just to break your balls, they should face heavy consequences. Because the police do this kind of shit all the time. No, actually, they don't have to make a report, AJ. Plenty of times when people call the police, no report is made. So they don't have to, no. And even if they do, so what? You don't have to give them your ID unless you've committed a crime. They can ask for it, but you are not legally required unless you've committed some kind of crime. Apparently, ID is like crack to these cops. Yeah, AJ's going to the beach. Yeah, you know what you do, AJ? Lay down on the sand and start spitting water up, and people will think you're a whale. Special case, holding opposing points of view while standing on higher moral ground. AJ thought that was a woman. Jesus Christ. Jimmy, who are you to deny an expert opinion? What, from AJ? Yeah, that cop knew damn right well that it didn't hold water, but he just arrested him and took his shit just to break his balls. You know, that should have serious consequences for a police officer. You know. In other words, they should do an investigation, find out what the state's attorney told them. You know, you can't just bust people's balls. You can't arrest someone when they haven't committed a crime. And you know this because you talked to the state's attorney, but you just went through the process anyway to break this man's balls. You know, it's well, whether I agree with him or not. Yeah, Joe asked you a question there, Jay. Would you have fucked it? He thought it was a woman. He thinks men can become women. Hey, AJ, here's a clue. Backed up by science and biology. Men can't become women. It's very simple. It's just science. And let me tell you something. University of Pennsylvania just took all of the collegiate whatever, right? That Leah Thomas, the man that transitioned into God knows what. They took all of his medals, right? He beat all these women in the swimming competition. And then they sent letters of apology. The University of Pennsylvania sent letters of apology to all the women athletes that had to endure this fucking travesty. And this just goes to show you, and they only did this because Trump threatened to not give them money, right? So how moralistic or how right did this university think they were for them to do all this, you know, to take the medals, the collegiate authority or whatever, and to send letters of apologies to these women? They did it only because they weren't going to get money. Do you understand? So they must not have believed that strongly that this person was a woman, right? Because if they were absolutely right, then they should have stood up to Trump, right? So you're going to change your moral authority or what you think is right because your university's not getting money. That's fucked up. That's just fucked up. That just goes to show you how this whole trans thing, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. What about all them girls that trained for years in a swimming competition? And here comes this man who actually was on the men's team, and he was like a nobody. He was less than nobody, and then he transitions into an it, and beats the women. It's fucking cringeworthy. It just it's cringy. Special needs K on acid said, if a gay dude jumped on your back, AJ, would you try to get him off? Bobby said, would it help if he was wearing a cop uniform? Money talks, identity politics walks. Correct. Great comment. Would help if he had purple hair. Let's talk about Ukraine-Russia war. No, let's not talk about it. It's not. How are the beaches this time of year in Argentina? How are they in Pakistan with the dead Pakistani girl? If she's even dead. If this person ever existed. You know what I mean? Because remember, his mother was dead. So. And he acted just as outraged about his so-called dead mother. Then the dummy a few weeks later brings up his mother. And my brother caught it. I didn't catch it. Poverty said, please don't listen to Jimmy AJ. If you laid on the beach in the water, your hair might get mistaken for seaweed. Please be careful. Oh my God. Yeah. This fucking cop is like, locked him up because people were offended. Special needs children were offended. Wow. That's just too much. Share page. Copy link. Boom. So I just put the link up for Buy Me a Coffee. So if anybody feels like donating, God forbid. So if anybody feels like donating, please do. Because I like money. I also have Cash App and PayPal. So. I got to tell you, I was thinking today, like I had so much more fun doing this show when I was drinking and getting stoned. I just did. I just said whatever the fuck. I didn't give a fuck. I'd stay on for 8 hours. I was on every day. I think I did that for at least 2 years. So KJ said, yeah, let's get on StreamYards, Bobby. And Bobby said, well, I said, you can jack off. No thanks, you be dumb alone. KJ wants to do a tubing. Can you believe he's back? They had him back on CNN. I think he's back as the head legal. No, I don't think that's his position. But when he got caught doing that, he was like the head legal correspondent or something for CNN. And they actually interviewed him about that. Like, oh my God. Who's a pussy? You? Why don't you donate? Yeah, you gave all that money to the dead Pakistani girl, AJ. You can't donate to me, you fucking cunt. Fucking dickhead. So Mark Dice did a thing on the chatbots for Elon Musk's chatbot, right? His AI chatbot, and ChatGPT's AI chatbot. And both of them were woke as hell. And Elon promised for his not to be woke. Like he asked him certain questions. It was pretty good. But check that out on Mark Dice. It's like 12 minutes. I'm not going to play it, but. Yep. Bobby said, Tubin is the new anchor on Meet the Pressed. Wait a minute. I think AJ is, hold on now. AJ is in a timeout. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to AJ. Hopefully he doesn't come back. So Bobby said to me, Jim, I took an AI course sponsored by Google. Holy shit, man. The entire industry is liberal commies. They talk about inclusivity, representation. They describe doxing as a negative only when it happens to them. Right. Yeah. Well, it's just, I really think AI is going to be a disaster. I really is. They're showing you the fun side of it now, with the funnier videos. And I actually like the one that they show with that song Forever Young. They show them when they're old, actor or entertainer, and then they go through their life and when they made certain movies and stuff. I like that. I think that's pretty cool. But I don't trust AI at all. I think it's going to cause a lot of shit. I really do. I have no trust in it at all. And they're going to use it to brainwash kids. That's what they're going to do. That's going to be their new tool. Because, there's no more gay pride flags in schools or the trans flag or, the DEI is basically cut down. Some black woman on the street tried to tell me DEI isn't racist. I was like, what? They actually got this people believing this shit. And I said to her, do you think someone should get a job, like a black person should get a job because of their skin color over somebody else? It should be the best person for the job, right? Regardless of color. I mean, didn't the liberals say for years, and not that I disagree with it, but color shouldn't matter, right? Didn't Martin Luther King say the content of your character rather than color of your skin? And apparently not when it comes to a job, right? Right? It's ridiculous. AI probably rules the world right now as we speak. AI will predict your crimes before you commit them. Nobody said they are controlling a pattern recognition machine. Their language models don't understand any language. I'm telling you, I'm going to make based AI that is capable of learning like humans, bro. It's gold. Yeah, but you know what will happen? The social media platforms will delete anything that's based. Don't focus on certain words in the algorithm or something. Yeah, that's, you know. I wish somebody would start a class action suit against YouTube for killing people's channels over what they over. I mean, they killed my channel 3 times over what I said about COVID-19, right? I said it was all bullshit. They were lying to us, and they were, and about the 2020 election. I didn't feel that, not feel, I mean, there's plenty of evidence that Joe Biden was installed. So. He said, I got the first parts up and running. It's going to be like shit and gold flakes. Well, you know, I'll put it up here. Let me know. Rag stream just ended. I didn't even know that he was streaming. I had no idea. It's true. I didn't see any of the British folks. What's that? Hold on, I gotta go to YouTube. What the fuck? Gay J hasn't been back. Oh. Oh, can't I make that bigger? God damn it. Fuck me. So I can't make this. It's so small. I'll read it to you. Can job postings in Canada exclude white people? Short answer, yes. The recent job posting for a Canada Research Chair, applications are restricted to those who identify as members of a racialized minority. Wow. So, Tier 1 Canada Research Chairs in computer science, 2 positions, right? So, invites applications for 2 tenured faculty positions. So, position 1, here's what it says. Here's a requirement. All areas of artificial intelligence. The call is open only to qualified individuals who self-identify as women, transgender, gender fluid, non-binary, or two-spirit. Position 2, all areas of computer science. The call is open only to qualified individuals who self-identify as a member of a racialized minority. Wow. That's in Canada. So restrictions listed on recent postings for Canada Research Chair positions have surprised some people. It's not that someone with a biology degree might be barred from applying to teach South American history, or that an engineer might be eligible for a position teaching English literature, but rather that skin color and gender identity have been limiting factors. Wow. Wow. So in 2 recent job postings for Canada Research Chairs in computer science at the University of Waterloo, applications are restricted for those who identify as women, transgender, gender fluid, non-binary, or two-spirit in the first case, and to members of a racialized minority for the second. Can you believe it? Jesus Christ. Wow, that's That's alarming. Well, Canada's fucked, and I hate to say it, but I think the UK is pretty much beyond repair. Was what these liberals did, and they're starting to act up now in protest. But I don't see. I mean, you're flooded with Muslims. You got laws that you can't. Like a lot of the shit that I said today would probably get me arrested in the UK. You know what I mean? Wow. So you can't have an opposing point of view about certain issues in the UK, or they're going to lock you up or fine you. Or, you know. That's fucking. That's insanity.
Purity, bud. Purity.
Where is Waterloo? Oh, Waterloo is some kind of university in Canada.
Better be glad you're American, because if you're under the crown of England, your ass is going to be in the tower quick.
So, what the fuck? That's fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy. What?
Hey everybody, Jeff Evely here. I'm in Petersfield Provincial Park in the most tyrannical province of Canada, which is Nova Scotia, with my fuzzy friend Axel, where we walk pretty much every single morning. And here you can see that this area is taped off because that trail is the woods. But this area is not taped off because that's not the woods. This area is taped off because that's the woods, and there is a sign here that says trail closed due to extreme fire hazard. So that is the woods. This area is not the woods. This area is the woods.
It's got more trees.
This area is not the woods. This area is the woods. This area is not the woods. This area is the woods.
Wow.
This area is not the woods. This area is the woods. This area is not the woods. This is the woods. If we go in there, fires will start. Axel! Come on. Come on, buddy. You're going to start a fire. Come on. That's a good boy. Come on, buddy. This area is not the woods. Right, buddy? Now, the first time the Tyrant Tim pulled this crap, this area was the woods, and there were pylons all across this trail, so I could not enter in 2023. But this is 2025, so it's not the woods. This area is the woods.
Wow. I'm telling you, Canada and the UK are fucked. They're fucked. They're fucked. And like little kids growing up now in the UK and in Canada, they pretty much won't know the difference. I don't think they will. I think, when you grow up with all this bullshit, it seems fine, right? They're the rules, right? Yeah, there's a lot that Hitchens. I used to watch him, and I got a kick out of him. He hated Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton. He fucking hated them. But he basically called them grifters, which they were. But he was a lefty, socialist. I saw there was a writer that met Hitchens at a bar for a story, and in less than half an hour, Hitchens had 6 shots of scotch and 2 beers. And he smoked like half a pack of cigarettes or something. Hitchens started my journey away from the left. Well, I don't know what would have became of Hitchens. I would think that he would have became based, you know. I don't know which way he would have landed though, because there's some shit that Hitchens was fucking nuts. But on the idea of religion, he shredded people. I mean, oh God, fucking shredded people. Yeah, well, you know what? I think a lot of the labor type jobs, like what I work, you're going to see a lot of the labor industry have a real tough time hiring people, I think, because they're pushing them all now to college. Like, go to college. College is the only thing you can do, this and that. And I think they're going to have a problem hiring people. I really do. Peter is a lefty. I don't think Peter was Hitchens' first name. Was it? No. What was Hitchens' first name? Christopher. Now, he did have a brother. Right. He did have a brother. Yeah, the hitch slap is infamous. Yeah. Now, he supported his brother, but I don't think his brother exactly lined up with him. I think his brother might have been a little more based. I'm unsure, because I used to get into Hitchens pretty big a few years ago. But he destroyed religious people. I mean, he fucking destroyed them. Yeah, he fucking destroyed them. You know, God. So I guess AJ went to the beach and became a whale. What a fucking idiot. You know? What a fucking idiot. He said, funny student in elementary school had a brother named Peter. He used to hug him and say, "My little Peter." It would piss him way off. I remember when I was a kid in school, we said the dumbest shit. We picked on people. People picked on me. Yeah. They act like today it's murder. Progressives. Like, that's what you do. You fuck with people. You know, that's how you learn how to get along in life. You know, how to deal with bullies and fucking, you know. But of course, if the black kids bullied us, that was okay. I'm telling you, I could tell you stories. School administration didn't seem to care. Nope. Black kids could do what they wanted. And most of the black kids were decent, but the few that weren't got a pass. Attending art school was a red pill moment for me. 75, 80% fruitcakes and flaky girls. He said 100% of our programs are mostly women and figs. I don't know. Does art school even really teach you anything? I mean, if you're artistic, I would think that's innate, right? You have it in you, right? What the fuck can they do for you? I mean, how are you going to teach somebody art? You know, maybe teach them the business end of it. I don't know. Artistic or autistic? Yeah, I almost said autistic. Oh, shit. All right, we're going back upstairs. I like sitting down here, though. It's nice out. But this coming week, it's going to be a bitch. I'm almost out of battery, too. So I waited to the end of the stream to tell you this, right? Because I'm suing this prick. So the guy that I quit Reese for, he fired me like a month ago, right? I had a couple accidents while I was cutting the lawns. And, you know, it happens. I mean, you know, you hit things. I mean, and he fired me and told me he was going to pay me my last 3 days' pay. And, you know, 3 weeks go by and I'm texting him, calling him. He's not answering my calls. And finally, I text him, be a man, pay me. And he's like, well, you know, he said my account was hacked. You know, he answered me after 5 days, right? My account was hacked, which, you know, I don't believe him. And he said that he was dealing with the mailbox that I hit, right? So, but he told me he was going to pay me. And then, you know, I'm texting, I'm fucking calling, he's not answering. And he would do this shit before, like, he's supposed to pay me on a Friday. I asked before I get out of the truck, am I going to get paid today? Yeah, you're getting paid. Text him 7, 8 o'clock at night. Yo, where's the pay? Nothing till the next day, 24 hours later. One time, 11 o'clock at night was Saturday. You know, this guy couldn't afford to pay somebody else. So that's basically what it came down to. So he fires me. So I said to him about the mailbox. I'm like, don't you have insurance for that? And he insulted me. He said that, don't you understand how insurance works? Are you dumb? Like, what? So I answered him back. I said, look, you have till this weekend or I'm going to file a claim in small claims court. And he didn't pay me, so I filed a claim. Cost me $140. And I'm suing him for $504. Plus, when I win, and I will win, he has to pay the $142. Now, this prick, now get this, right? In one of the texts he says to me, because see, I didn't realize I hit the mailbox because that can happen because the front of the mower is a little smaller than the back. And when you turn, if you don't turn with enough room, you can nudge something and not know because, you know, there's a lot of noise with the mower and, you know, I had headphones on, you know, so, you know, and you can't feel it, you know. And I don't even know that I did it, but his buddy, the guy that works for them, told me you hit the mailbox. And the mailbox itself wasn't fucked up, but it was a little askew, you know, instead of like this, it was like that. You know what I mean? So I went and sued him, you know. Actually, Reese had I got my job back with Reese. He hired me back. Reese actually had one of his workers, Rick, drive me. He was nice enough to drive me to the court, which wasn't far at all from where we were working, like 2 minutes, and file. So, you know, I'm taking this prick to court. He don't have a leg to stand on. He has to pay me. I mean, he has to prove that it was intentional, but see, one of the texts, he accused me of being fucked up. That's why I didn't know that I hit the mailbox, right? So I guarantee you this piece of shit is going to have his buddy testify that I was all fucked up, right? That's what a piece of shit this dude is. You know what I mean? And I really didn't want to talk about it. That's why I haven't said anything. But, you know, fuck it. If the court sees this, I mean, so what? You know, telling the truth. It was an accident. You know, I mean, shit happens. You can't, the only way he could get paid for that mailbox would be if it was intentional or I was incompetent. I mean, and shit happens when you're running a lawnmower. And unfortunately, I had a couple incidences, and he got pissed off. And yeah, but it really was he couldn't afford me. That's what it was, because this guy's 2+ hours a day drive time. Like, he drives long distances for lawns, and he gets a good number for the lawn. But I don't think he realizes that. No, like, he's paying me at least 10 hours a week to sit in the truck, and probably more. You know, and he only had like 70 lawns. He had some nice lawns. I mean, you know, the guy did a good job. I liked the guy, but and then he claimed that I changed. Him and his buddy said that I changed, that I became slow. Now, anybody that knows me knows I have one speed, and it is true that at least in landscaping, like, some guys come on like a tornado. First week they're great, and then they suck. You know what I mean? But I always detested people like that. Of course, you got a couple of people like that at Reese's that I argue with all the time, because I can't stand lazy people. But for him to say that, you know, it's just bullshit. Yeah, I hit some things. I understand he's angry. He's allowed to fire me, but you can't withhold my pay. You can't. You don't have a leg to stand on. So, piece of shit. Only Truth, what's up? So that's my story. And I figured the dickhead that I work for has probably figured out my YouTube channel by now, but he's not going to sit through a stream for an hour and a half. But, you know, so I'll be going to court probably the end of September. And this dickhead is definitely going to lose, you know. Like, you can't just not pay somebody for accidents. You can't. Like I said, he's gonna bring his buddy, and his buddy's gonna swear up and down that I was fucked up. They're gonna lie. So I don't know what the law is on that. That would come down to credibility, I guess. I don't know. I mean, but I know how to conduct myself in the courtroom. You know? So I'm not even going to get mad, because I know this is the route that he's going to go. You know? He's a piece of shit. He's dishonest. I mean, yeah, I made some stupid mistakes, but I mean, you know, you have accidents. I mean, that's what happens. You know? So, yeah, I'm back with Reese. Yeah. Yeah. It's just unbelievable. Like, the one dude, right, is his brother, right? This dude's like 67. He's got heart problems. The dude just got beat up. Like he got off the subway, right? And he went to buy liquor at this place, right? So he's got to take a piss. So he pisses in the alleyway. So a security guard hits him with a hose. And then it becomes murky, the story. But I guarantee you, Joey started mouthing the guy. And the guy beat the shit out of him. Like beat him up pretty good with a stick. Now, the guy shouldn't have done that. But this has happened to Joey before. He's gotten beat up by a bunch of black guys in North Philly. You know, probably threw the N-word at them. You know what I mean? Because that's what kind of idiot this dude is. He's stupid. You know? Like he don't shut up. He's like AJ. You know what I mean? Like no common fucking sense. So the other day, we walk up to 5 lawns. He trims one and he grabs the blower. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm supposed to trim 4 lawns, right? Fuck out of here. What's up, honey monster? Say you were identifying as a woman that day and it appeared you're driving on the lawnmower. Yeah. Well, I mean, the law's on my side. He's going to lose. He's just being an obstinate prick. You know what I mean? Now, he may call me up and offer me the money, but he's got to pay the filing fee, too. The only way this dude doesn't go to court is that he pays $644. That's it. I don't want to hear it. Fucking cunt. You know? The lawnmower Tran. The lawnmower Tran, yeah. Yeah, but, you know, the law is on my side. He has to prove that I was either incompetent or that I did it intentionally. And he can't. But I guarantee you, because of what he said in the text about, you were probably so fucked up you didn't realize you didn't hit him. So, yeah. So that tells me the route he's going to go. Now, his buddy seemed like a decent dude, but if he goes into court and lies, he's a piece of shit too. You know. Yeah, back with Reese. But you know, it's amazing. Like you work for Reese, and Reese takes it easy on you. His whole crew's over 55. But you know, like a lot of these guys, and it's because of Reese, they don't give a fuck. You know, on a lot of the lawns, I mean, a lot of shit isn't trimmed. And then he's got like Joey trimming, he's a complete retard. You know? And he had this other dude, David. Now, this dude, David, right? He was a bartender. That's how Reese met him, right? So this dude, David, right? Now, we used to cut this guy in Chestnut Hill. Chestnut Hill was a very expensive liberal neighborhood inside of Philadelphia. Right? It's right on the outskirts, right? So we used to cut this guy, and his whole life, all he's ever done was sold chicken to Cuba, right? He sells chickens to Cuba, right? So he's traveling a lot, right? And he would give me cigars from Cuba every time I cut his lawn, right? Nice guy, we would talk to him. He's been in China selling food. You know, this fucking guy's full of stories, right? Nice guy, too. So he knew the owner. He's like a part owner of this Cuban restaurant, right? So David gets David a job there, right? So David's talking, and then this is like an upscale Cuban clientele, right? These people got money, right? Women got furs, you know. So they have a nice meal and they stop at the bar for a nightcap or something, and David's yucking it up with them. And as they're leaving, David says to them, "Watch out for ice." And when they fire him going out the door, he says, "Well, I just told him to watch out, you know, for ice in the parking lot. It was like 50 degrees. That's what kind of moron this fucking dude is, you know. And you know, like he's Jewish, and his aunt was super rich, and she left some kind of trust for him. And let me tell you something. This dude, he'll get a job and get fired in a month, and he gets good jobs too. He's never had a criminal record. And this trust fund pays for everything. Literally pays for everything. The only reason he wants to work is so he can snort cocaine and whatever else he's doing, right? He has a condominium in Lafayette Hill, right? Now, Lafayette Hill is a very nice area in Montgomery County. He has a condominium that's to die for. Like, I've been there. It's really nice. Leather couches. It's like a man cave. You know what I mean? It's like tip top. And he's doing coke all the time and cleans it. But he eats dinner at his mother's every day. And, you know, if he loses a job, I'm sure that she's breaking his balls to get a job. So he'll start working for Reese. You know? But, I mean, the dude's, I mean, he's somewhat likable, you know, but he's a joke. I mean, the dude's a joke. So it's like you got him and Joey trimming, and both of them are just horrible. I mean, you know. But somehow they get away. Somehow Reese gets away with it. You know. I mean, we're cutting millionaires' lawns. You know what I mean? Like, you should do a good job. Even if they didn't have money, you know. Honey Monster, I'm throwing a warm quiche Lorraine in a buttered baguette and grabbing a coffee. Be right back. You think he got money? So believe me, my crew on a daily basis is there's some comedy going on, you know, and a whole lot of laziness with certain people. Reese keeps claiming that he's going to quit at the end of the year, and I think he is. Now, these guys don't think he is because he's been talking about it for years, but I know Reese for a long time, and I think he is going to get out of it. Now, I don't know what the fuck he's going to do with himself because all he's ever done his entire life is the lawns and bartending at the White Marsh Country Club. Now, he's getting over $2,500 a month from Social Security, so... yeah, that with the bartending, I mean, he's got to be doing $5,000 a month, easy, just doing that. So he really don't need the landscape, and he puts up with so much bullshit from his crew because he's allowed this to happen. You know, I mean, he's the captain of the ship. You know? So. But, you know, but some funny shit goes on every day. And of course, Reese insults everybody and talks about everybody. And the one dude, David, won't come to work because the dude, Anthony, that's been there probably about 5 years now, is making more money than him. And I try to tell him, I'm like, David, he's better than you. He produces more, like, you know. And he shows up most days, you know what I mean? Like, so now David refuses to work. Yeah, you know what it really is? They have a shore house, and this fucking bum wants to be on the shore while it's hot. So he's making this grandstand, you know what I mean? Because I guarantee you, he has ways to get money out of that fucking trust fund that his aunt set up for him. You know? All his bills are paid. He's got a new car every year. You know what I mean? And he's a load. Like he's a fucking load. So. What's up, Ludwig? Ludwig. What's happening? So, Yeah, how about that fucking Mamdani in New York? Yeah, he's running as like a fucking socialist slash commie. Man, that's going to create a lot of shit in New York. And it looks like he's going to win. Because mostly Democrats. He's running on the Democrat ticket. You know, he's the primary winner. So. Keeping an eye on the many protests around the UK. Well, you know what, Ludwig? I think that's too late. I think the UK is fucked. I hate to say it. I mean, you know, I don't wish it on them, but I think the UK is fucked. I mean, you got laws where you can't, you know, they could lock you up for what you say online, right? And they're doing the same thing there that they were doing here. They're doing more for these legal and illegal immigrants than their own citizens. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're a citizen there, you don't matter anymore. They've literally changed the culture of the UK. Like London ain't London no more, from what I understand, right? Yeah, you got no-go zones. You got places where British citizens can't go because the Muslims will beat them up. And you got the Muslims go around in like these quasi police cars, right? And they harass British women if they're out drinking or they're wearing, you know, like skimpy dresses or just regular dresses. Like they go up to them and, you know, why would you dress like that? It's basically harassing them. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Britain's beyond or the UK is beyond, and Europe, I think they're beyond the point of no return. And thank God for Trump. But we have to get another conservative in there in 2028. Because the liberals would just reverse all of it. The floodgate, the illegals would just flood the fuck back in again. Like, you know. So, you know, it's really fucked up. I mean, these people should be fighting their government in their own countries, not fleeing here. You know what I mean? And the fucking progressives have so much bullshit to talk about the United States, but where's everybody trying to go? Here. So. Yeah, it's, you know, well, I mean, the left wing has gotten really fucking crazy. I mean, you know, they ain't going to be happy until their countries are turned into shitholes. They, you know, they won't wake up until it's too late. I mean, the people who matter didn't wake up till it was too late in the UK. They're protesting now when this shit has went on for years. You know? Yeah. And there's never going to, you know, like all these Latin American countries, they're all fucking shitholes. Most of them are they're shitholes. The governments are so corrupt. I mean, I think all governments are corrupt, but Jesus Christ, could you imagine? Like, I couldn't imagine wanting to leave here for another country, that it was that bad here. Now, believe me, I'm not in the greatest situation. That's mostly from bad decisions I made in my life, you know, drugs and shit. I wanted to be a fucking partier for most of my life, and, you know, I'm paying the price for that. I mean, I get it. But, you know, I mean, it's not the country I live in that's the problem. You know what I mean? Like, it's me. Like, I couldn't imagine it being so bad here that I had to run to another country to get work or live better or whatever. Mass immigration, yeah, it was killing us too. Yeah, El Salvador's getting better. Yeah, well, that's because you got a fucking right-wing president, basically. Well, there's some shit going on with that too. They're claiming that that they're grabbing people that aren't affiliated with gangs, so innocent people are being swept up in that. Now, that should be righted. That should be, I think that president should, they should set up some kind of hearings or something and expedite these people. I mean, there's people locked up for a year or two. I saw a documentary, parents are like, what the fuck? My kid was never involved in any of this. Because they had quotas to lock gang members up, so they just grab any fucking kid they saw. Yeah, see, the thing of it is, and that was all by design. The mass deport. They stopped people from fucking talking about it, right? They made it illegal to say certain things, right? So, I mean, now you got people in the streets, but so what? The damage is done. They're not going to do anything close to what Trump is doing. And even if Trump were able to hit the 3,000 number a day, what was it? 3,000 a day, right? That would be 1 million people a year, right? So that'd only be 3 million people in the next 3 years, right? And meanwhile, Biden let in over 10 million. So, I mean, it's overwhelming. That would have to continue for what, the next 10 plus years? Blame the Arab Spring. Yeah, well, yeah. Well, I don't. I gotta tell you, the world's fucked up. When governments treat outsiders better than their own citizens, you need to do something to them politicians. I mean, the only thing that's going to make it right is violence. That's it. It's the only thing that these people fucking understand. Violence. When the people in the UK start getting violent about it, you know what I mean? I think that's the only solution. I'm not advocating that, but I mean, waving flags and bitching in the street ain't doing shit. It ain't doing nothing. It ain't gonna do shit. The only thing it does over here is if there's a criminal case and they surround the courthouse, they'll scare the jury. Look at the whole George Floyd thing. I mean, that's what they did. They surrounded the courthouse, and them jurors heard them out there chanting every day. And then they lied about what happened. Police chief lied. Other police lied on the stand. Watch that documentary, the Fall of Minneapolis. It's free on YouTube. It shows you the whole body camera for George Floyd. Never been seen before. It's a travesty what they did to that cop Sheldon. I guarantee you he'll be released from prison at some point. All over a drug overdose. Correct. The initial coroner report said, what the fuck? The initial coroner report said no damage to the neck, no asphyxiation. It claimed that George Floyd had some kind of heart disease, right? They had a lethal amount of fentanyl, right? And he swallowed the fentanyl as the police approached the car. There's a shot where they stop the camera, and you can see something white in his mouth. And there was another arrest through body camera prior to that they were basically smacking them on the head, making them spit out drug bags. And he was being the same pain in the ass to them as he was to these cops. The whole I can't breathe thing, he was in the back of the car, handcuffed, when he started screaming he couldn't breathe. And the cops, the only thing they fucked up, they let him out of the car. He was begging for them to put him on the ground. Yeah. And he had meth in his system too. So handcuffed in the back of a tight police car. He's probably getting wigged out, but they should have just left him. Nothing would have happened. They should have left him in the car. But yeah. I mean, I'm no lover of the police, but they fucked that cop around. And they also locked up two of the other cops were trainees. The one cop was on the street for 2 weeks. And one cop's like half black. Another cop is like Hmong, like some kind of Asian. So, but then look at that Tyree Nichols, where all those black cops beat this kid to death. Young black kid, I think he was 22 or something. All black cops literally beat this kid handcuffed to death. And you didn't hear about that as much as you heard about George Floyd. Where were all the black people burning down buildings and protesting? Nope, didn't happen. But if they were white cops, oh my God. Yeah, yep. I mean, the beating of Tyree Nichols in Memphis was worse than Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Freddie Gray, George Floyd by 100 times. It's all on videotape. They beat this poor kid, handcuffed to death. And then they had EMT workers came and they held off on treating them. They just stood there. Let them die. Yeah, black cops matter. You're right. Yeah, it's just unbelievable. So because the cops were black, they basically get a pass, right? From the media and believe me, they bitched about it for maybe a month, but then it subsided. But with George Floyd, it went on and on and on and on. And the same thing with Rittenhouse. On and on. They call him a racist. He didn't shoot anybody black. It's just, our media shouldn't be able to do this. The media should not, and politicians should not be able to propagandize people to the point where they're going to be violent. It just shouldn't be done. It just shouldn't be done. But, yeah, Floyd was an oxygen thief. Yeah. And if you watch that documentary, it's free on YouTube, The Fall of Minneapolis, you will be amazed at what they didn't tell you. You get to see the whole body cam. You get to hear about the court testimony and all. You get to hear from the coroner. It's got over a couple million views. The Fall of Minneapolis. It's free on YouTube. Very well done documentary. They literally gave up the police station to the mob. They had the police running for their lives as the mob was circling the police station. And they went in there and destroyed it, burned it down. Yeah, the white liberal politicians. Yep. It's just amazing. And the businesses, yes, they burned down a bunch of businesses in Minneapolis. The fucking governor, Tim Walz. Oh my God. I mean, how cringeworthy was the picks for president against Trump? Kamala Harris, who claims she's black and she's not. In fact, when she was elected to the Senate, they heralded her as the first Indian senator. Oh, yeah. And then they used Tim Walz because of Minnesota, George Floyd, just amazing. And they're still claiming that George Floyd was murdered. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. But, within 20 years, all media will be replaced with a better or shittier system. All depends. Well, the only thing that makes any sense, because it's all headed towards socialism / communism, right? And I think eventually that's going to win out, right? So they're going to have to silence YouTubers, right? They're going to have to silence all the citizen journalists, right? So I think that's within the future, that they're going to outlaw any kind of commentary on politics or crime. I think that's the route they're going, because that's what they did in the UK, basically. The Muslims commit a crime, you can't talk about it, right? You can't oppose the view of of what the politicians are putting out there, right? Especially if you're white. So it's fucking crazy. Kamala Harris, yeah. The Mondami effect is spreading. Yeah, and I'll tell you what. And did you hear about that white-only community that they're building? I forget where it is. The liberals are going crazy. I mean, I've tried to get in some TikTok discussions where they literally told me, you're white, what you say don't matter. Like I just don't like any of these live streams on TikTok. Yeah. Like none of them can handle disagreement. They start talking shit. They mute you. They fuck out of here. Well, I don't see how the Democratic Party survives, and yet they will. Yet they will. And the only way the Democratic Party has survived is because of the media. If it wasn't for the media spreading propaganda, the Democratic Party would have to be reasonable. But since, the legacy media is in the bag for the left, there's nothing you can do. I mean, you got people like my boss, Reese. He's a complete idiot when it comes to politics. A complete fucking moron. I mean, his party has literally sold him out. But he's just stubborn. Mental. It's fucking ridiculous. And they all hate Trump. And they've all been propagandized into hating Trump. It's ridiculous. They all voted for Obama because he's black. He had no accomplishments. He was nobody. What did he do? They can't handle hate nor criticism. Well, they're always talking about hate, but they seem to be the people committing hate. You know what I mean? Well, they said money is hell. Trump DOJ would need to break their money castle here. Then they can start tackling the media companies with consequences. Was Obama even born in the U.S.? Well, wait a minute. Let me see something here. Does a U.S. president have to be born in the United States? Natural born citizen. Yeah, see, it generally means a citizen at birth, either by birth within U.S. territory or by being born to U.S. citizen parents. So his mother was a citizen, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Biden was, or if Obama was born in Kenya or in Hawaii. Now, it looks like they lied about that. Looks like he was. His brother said he was born in Kenya. His grandmother said it. Yeah. So, and Joe Arpaio, the the Obama administration put out his birth certificate, right, for viewing, right. And Joe Arpaio sent that birth certificate to 2 document examiners. One was in Italy and one was in the United States. And they used different methods and came to the same conclusion that it wasn't Obama's birth certificate. It was actually some woman. They even had the name. And it got no recognition in the mainstream media. And it was like a 40-minute press conference. I watched it. I don't even know if you can still watch it. But it would just show that he lied. You know what I mean? But still, his mother was a citizen, so it really doesn't matter. But, Hillary Clinton was the one that started all that shit when she was running against him. She was the one that started all that birther shit, all right, listen, people, I gotta get out here. I gotta make dinner. I thank everybody for stopping by. And I will see you again next week. I'm out.